talk about alternative power and energy in general. Now, the first thing that I would like any beginner to understand is that the concepts of alternative energy and alternative power are really completely misnomers. Long before there was internal combustion, long before anybody burnt a single gram of coal or a single drop of oil or a single cc of natural gas to produce energy, energy was being produced with wind, with water boiled by sunlight. You may not know that Benjamin Franklin actually did that to power a generator, magnified sunlight and boiled water to turn a steam generator. And Edison himself spoke against utilizing fossil fuels to generate energy, and he also spoke out rather vociferously against the concept of building a national electrical grid, both because of the issues of line loss, which is the loss of energy in transmission of electricity from place to place, and the pollution to the landscape, both in terms of ripping it up in order to put the poles up, or ripping up the landscape even to bury the line. And then, in addition, he and Graham Bell, on two sides of the border, called the national grid a national security nightmare. If you take a look at the past 40 years, the three largest blackouts in the history of electrified humankind, all on the eastern seaboard of the United States, two of them were caused by rodents and one by a lagomorph, a rabbit. Each time a matter of small furry creatures getting into the switches and frying themselves and causing a cascade overload that basically shut off all the switches. So they have to figure out where the switch shut off. So that's why people end up without power. So this is not alternative energy. This is going back to what we originally knew and what was originally being done before the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Gettys and all the Standard Oil and Shell people took over our society with the 100-year fraud that is the petro society. So now, when people do talk about alternative power and energy, though, there are a few things that they talk about. They talk about biomass. They speak of geothermal. Some people talk about hydropower and natural gas as alternatives, although natural gas is inexpendable, and hydropower, except for micro-hydro, is extremely damaging to the landscape and the environment, not to mention the cultures that it's buried. Witness the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze in China. Then, of course, the two most familiar to most people, which are solar and wind. And the main thing to think about when one is talking about alternative power is that if we wish to approach a carbon neutral or even carbon negative society and want to stop the unfortunate circumstance that is occurring with climate change due to human activity, then the places where we really need to concentrate are in the areas of geothermal, solar, and wind, because those are the places where we're not burning anything. If you're burning something, you're going to create carbon dioxide. That's just how it is. If you're burning something, that means you need to replace it. My personal philosophy is one geared toward, rather than renewable energy sources, I prefer eternal energy sources, perpetual energy sources. Edison once again said, the earth and the sun continue to turn, the sun continues to shine, the oceans continue to move, the rivers continue to flow. If all of these means of motion are continuing, why would we commit life and treasure to mining for energy when we have it for free? And I agree. I don't believe that people should be paying electric bills. I believe everybody should be generating their own electricity